Now I'm going to start on here. Now there are some interesting little areas here. This is why I left that fairly light, because I'm going to use grey initially, and I'm going to just now the idea is to bring it up to about here, and now whether I can continue to use the grey or not, I don't know. I probably can. It works quite well. Now I'm going to have to make all this up. Now I want another colour in there. I'm not quite sure which one. I tell you what, I'll try 169. Right. You don't want too much of that. That 169 is very powerful. And then I want to blend it. Try with my pointed colour shaper. Now the idea is, folks, of what we're doing is we're imagining that, just like these ripples suggest, there's a current running across. Now I'm going to need a darker colour in there as well, but you see the idea of that? Just as when you're doing trees and other foliage, you don't want to fill it all up. Just leaving it like that might be quite nice. I like the colour though, that's worked well. Now the darker colour we can put in there will be 181. There you go, 181. Now if you've done trees, you'll know that you want to leave some of the light there. I don't think I want it any darker than that. Now that's really attractive. I don't want to go overboard with this, simply because the shark is the most important, but look how much difference that makes. So that's the colour. Those are the three colours I'm going to be using on that. And it's more or less all the same colour as well. Let's bring it closer, I think. Now I've decided to build this up with a few more colours, and you can see they're very compatible. Let me explain what they are to you. Move this along so I can bring them into play. This is 172, and it's a bluey green, and I put it in here. It works well. Together with this one, which is 159. So that was 172, this is 159. Another colour. Now you don't have to use these colours, I'm just suggesting, and they're certainly not used anywhere else in the picture. But you can see how this is beginning to work rather nicely. Now, I did mention to you that I was going to use another colour on this rock, as well as the white and the grey, which I haven't really used yet. But I'm going to use 189. I'm going to keep that in my hand because I'm going to show you that in a tick. And the other colour is 180. I don't think I'm going to need any more, but if I do, I'll bring them in. But you can see how this is beginning to work. Now let me show you this one. 189 is going to depend here on putting a background on. So this stone rock, shall I say, or coral. It could be anything, couldn't it? And we don't want it to be a perfect round shape. That would look quite nice. And I'm going to make that like this, make a little bit more of that. But the important thing really is to have a background so that we can see the rock nice and clear. Now this is the 189. Let me put this in and show you how this is going to work out. I want it a little darker in here, so a bit of shade. And here. Here it is all over. Now into that I'm going to use the grey 233. Now I know that 233 and 189 really go nicely together. I've used them in many other pictures, particularly animals, so I know that works. There you see, now that is rather nice, but we need a darker colour, and the darker colour is going to be that colour I introduced you earlier, 18169. That can go in, and again, very compatible with the rest of it. And we can just even use that. See, all of these work together well. The grey, 233, 189, and the white, which I put on originally. Now that does look rather special, doesn't it? And I think we can also put a little bit of white in too, as well. Now, I don't necessarily think we need to blend that. I think that can stay like that. I might change my mind, but for the moment, I quite like the idea of that, like that. So leave that alone, and then we'll work in the rest of the, between here and here. And I'll work that, and then I'll bring you back in again, and we'll discuss how this is working out. And I think it's working out nicely. Again, just little spots of light in here too. A bit of white. You can see also there's a fish. You can see this fish there. Now I'll show you. I'll do a few more. There's a few more here that I've put in just as an experiment, but it does work well. So let me show you. We can have a few little fish. They don't have to be anything special. They can just be little. Some are facing us, and some are a bit further away, like that. And with a touch of the colour shaper, these are tiny little fish. Could be swimming around in the I was going to say weeds then. I wouldn't call them weeds. There you go. That's all we really need to do there. We don't need to do any more. I think the only thing is we've got to be careful that it's not like an extension of that. I'll just put a little bit more. Go that off in a slightly different direction there. There you go. In the great scheme of things, it's not going to matter very much because you're going to see that as a whole unit rather than individual. But it's fun. Anyway, I'm having a ball here, so watch as I complete this area. I'll finish that off, then we'll move on to the other area. I'm not going to do a lot more here, but I probably will put a little bit more here of the seabed, and it will probably come to about there. So I'll put that in now to remind me that I've got a feeling. I will still be putting colours in there, but I think it's rather nice to have an alternative to this over here. See what we can do there. It's just suddenly dawned on me. I can show you how this is going to work. We can have the shadows, really, or the plants in the distance, beyond this seabed. You see how that looks. It's very faint, but we don't really want anything too strong. It gives the impression that this, I might make that just a little stronger, but I think it's rather pretty. And then we'll come up over here eventually with similar to the other side. Maybe not quite as strong, maybe. Maybe we can introduce more colours as well. Maybe a bit of green in here as well. There you go. So that's an idea. And we can bring this down here. And we can make that paper just a little stronger, maybe. There you go. Definitely make it up as you go along, job that. But on the whole, it's already looking really good.